Good morning. I invite you to join me in standing and singing. I open myself to love. 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 Let's stay on that verse for just one time. You got the words now. Focus on the feeling of really opening yourself to the beauty and joy and love in this building, filling out and spilling into the world. Here we go. I open myself to love. 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 I open to Christ within. 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 So let's practice that teaching by turning to someone next to you and singing, I open myself to you. But if you're an introvert and that's too much, just open to yourself and to the Christ within and sing. I open myself to you. 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 I open myself to love. 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 Oh, yeah, I open myself to love. I open myself to love. I open myself to love. I open myself to love.
Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to see you all here. My name is Steve Cleverly. I am your prayer chaplain on duty. And I would also like to give a good morning welcome to our people that are joining us online and later in the week that will be viewing us on Facebook or YouTube. And those of you that are here for the first time, a special welcome. We're glad that you're joining us. And maybe later on in the service, if you're comfortable, we'd like to get to know a little bit more about you. If you will join me in our gathering prayer, opening prayer, if you're comfortable, close your eyes and find that space inside of you, that space where the Christ spark lives. and may these words be your words. The light of the world shines within me, outside me, all around me. I reflect the light in my innermost thoughts as well as my outermost actions. Every day, every good comes my way. I am freed from being out of rhythm with my divine identity. From the one source comes the vision, the energy to bring forth the vision, and the harmony of this manifested vision with all of creation. This is the foundation from which I take my next step. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Steve. That was beautiful. Oh, well, welcome. I'm Reverend Gary Kanye, and it's truly a joy to be here with you. Unity is a spiritual community that fosters personal transformation for healing, for wholeness, and for an intimate connection with the divine. We do this through affirmative prayer and meditations that opens us to realize we truly are one with God. Unity believes that all people are equal and divine without exception. And unity provides a safe place where we can come and explore our spiritual journey just as we are. Unity believes the light in all religious and spiritual traditions are one with us, and we honor them. That light through every stained glass window, through every mosque dome, through every temple or cathedral or church tent. And that's the same light shining in us, and we call that light God. We know that what we experience is based on what we can imagine, on what we believe, and what we say. And when we say what we believe with gusto, it ignites a powerful force in the universe. So let's say this great truth together with gusto. There is only one presence, one power, active in my life and in the universe, God, the good omnipotence. That's right, omnipotence. I'll get it right next week. And I want to ask you to silence those cell phones, those smartwatches. They'll get their messages as we're getting ours. And I'd like to welcome Steve back over to lead us in the daily word affirmation.
Our word for the day is optimism. And the affirmation, if you will repeat it with me 3 times, as follows. Optimism colors my world with love.
Optimism colors my world with love. Optimism colors my world with love. And so it is.
And our mission, and this is kind of like the map, the roadmap of where we are striving to get to our vision. And if you will repeat with me our mission, acknowledging the divinity within, we welcome and empower all through fellowship, education, and service to our community and the world.
This is a beautiful mission, and we'll get there by embodying our core values, and today's core value is unity. Let's repeat this affirmation together. In my unity with God, all things are possible.
Our sacred service volunteer. What a surprise. Owen Housen, our media director. He edits and uploads the Sunday message and meditation. And I gotta say, there's a lot of other things he does that we can't fit on the screen, honestly. So, Owen, thank you very much. And we wanna hold Owen. This next week, if you will, hold Owen in the light and just send your blessings to him.
Beautiful. Well, we have this wonderful ministry. It's the Helping Hands Ministry, because all of us need help at some time, and each of us has the capacity to help in some way. Since we started this program, we have completed 39 ask for help. So if you have anything you would like help with, you can send an email to helpinghands@unitynewbraunfels.org, and we have a large team of people who rise up to help in many ways. This program's taught us that there's many requests, and we've been able to handle every request that comes. And if you want to be part of the team, send an email to helpinghands@unitynewbraunfels.org and say, I would like to be on the team. And then you'll get a text notification, sometimes an email, of what requests for help there are. And I believe the growing edge on this ministry is us coming to terms with asking for help. If you identify that, give yourself a growing edge and ask for some help. We're here to help. And the first Sunday of the month is Diversity Sunday. We look at some of the observations throughout the month to consider as we go through this month of June. We start with June in our own way. Co-founder Charles Fillmore wrote a fabulous book called The 12 Powers of Man, and this month's faculty is imagination. The color for imagination is light blue. The disciple is Bartholomew. The location is between the eyes. It's the ability to image, picture, conceptualize, envision, and dream. So let's bolster our imagination faculty this month, and you may even wear some light blue.
All right, the month of June is LGBT Pride Month. It's a promotion of the self-affirmation, dignity, equality, and increased visibility of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people as a social group in the United States. It celebrates the Stonewall riots on June 28, 1969. Pride festivities happen throughout the month. New Braunfels Pride is Saturday, June 8th, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at the Comal County Fairgrounds.
Shavuot is June 12th. This is a Jewish holiday. This major Jewish festival marks the harvest of wheat in Israel. According to Orthodox Judaism, the date also aligns with the revealing of the Ten Commandments to Moses and the Israelites, also known as the Feast of Weeks.
June 14th through 19th is Hajj. Hajj is among the most important of Muslim days. This annual pilgrimage to the holy city of Mecca that's required of all Muslims during their lifetime if they are financially and physically able to do it.
And June 16th is Father's Day. Father's Day in America is celebrated on the third Sunday of June, honoring fatherhood and paternal bonds, as well as the influence of fathers in society. It's a great day to express our gratitude to those father figures in our lives with a call, a card, or a gift. Thanks to all the fathers.
I like the Amazon card the best. Okay. The 19th of June is Juneteenth, also known as Freedom Day or Emancipation Day. It is observed as a public holiday in 14 U.S. states. This celebration honors the day in 1865 when slaves in Texas and Louisiana finally heard that they were free, 2 months after the end of the Civil War. June 19th, therefore, became the day of emancipation for thousands of African Americans.
And June 21st is Litha. Litha, the summer solstice celebration with drum circles and lighting of bonfires and the sharing of food until dawn by Wiccans and pagans. It is 3 days following the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. And when spring has come to an end, the summer begins with the warmest part of the year. So as we go through this month, let's remember these holidays, and we're certainly willing to express our great gratitude for this beloved earth. And if you have a birthday like I in June, please stand. We'll celebrate you by singing the song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yay! And for all those online, if this is your month for a birthday, celebrate. And now our congregational song, Spirit of the Living God, by Daniel Iverson, with additional verses by Rudy Hars. So if you can stand if you're able, and we'll sing along with Rudy, Emily, and Jane.
The Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. And melt me, mold me, fill me, use me. Spirit of the living God, fall afresh on me. Spirit of the living light, burning bright in me. Spirit of the living light, burning bright in me. Touch me, teach me, turn me, reach me. Spirit of the living light, burning bright in me. Spirit of the living Christ, born again in me. Spirit of the living Christ, born again in me. Melt me, mold me, fill me, use me. Spirit of the living Christ, born again in me.
Beautiful. Well, today, for the first talk in the Sunday of June, I'm going to talk about unity. And so the title is, What is Unity? Now, many years ago, there's a group of ministers who got together, and after a 3-year think tank, thought, what's a good way to describe unity to someone who doesn't know anything about unity? And what they came up with is this. And we adopted this as our expression of unity years ago, but it reads, unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus and the power of prayer. Unity honors the universal truths in all religions and respects each individual's right to choose a spiritual path. So it took a couple of juicy statements to come up with the elevator talk. What's unity? Oh, well, unity is a positive, practical approach to you get the idea. So we're going to talk about this Sunday and next Sunday, and there's a lot of sometimes wonder about what is a practical, progressive approach to Christianity. Now, our co-founder Charles Fillmore says the true teacher of practical Christianity must be a Christian, a follower of Jesus in all his ways. which has us ask the question, what did Jesus teach? Any ideas? Love. What else?
Forgiveness.
Peace. Forgiveness. What else? Kindness. Yes. What else? Compassion.
Healing.
Healing. Non-judgment. Tolerance. Truth. The kingdom of heaven is within us. The very presence of God is within us. And our co-founders, Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, dedicated their lives to teaching like Jesus, healing like Jesus, to honor the teachings of our way shower. And that's practical, wouldn't you say? Because when we can adopt a practice where we're more compassionate, we offer healing and forgiveness and mercy. All of those aspects honor our journey, and that is within us with that Christ consciousness, that Christ mind that each of us has. And no one's without that. And so as we adopt this or practice this, we see practical Christianity as a way of experiencing being a Christian. Now, Catholics have their own view of Christianity. So do Baptists. So do Lutheran. And they're not the same. We all have our own view, and in unity, our best way of describing it is we ascribe to a practical Christianity, one that we can live those truths in our lives as the great teachings of our way shower, Jesus. Reverend Charles Roth, a Unity minister, wrote some wonderful books, has this perspective. When we approach Christianity as a practical teaching, instead of as a religious organization or institution, we find that we are continually learning more about ourselves, about life, and about God. I find that this is my experience every day, that I am, by practicing the practical Christianity, which is my spiritual journey, I identify as a Christian. I identify as one with Christ consciousness. And I also am on this journey to awaken to my oneness with God, which means my oneness with everyone. It's a tall order, but I can only do it now. Now. God and I are one now. I'm one with you, and you, and you, and you, and you, now. And that gives me plenty to do. I'm never bored because I've got a lot to learn. I don't know about you, but I forget that I'm one with God. I forget that there's this essence, this unchangeable essence of Christ within me that gives me guidance and support. All I need to do is turn to it. Ask for the wisdom. If I ask, I'm going to receive. And returning back to co-founder Charles Fillmore, he says, if we are not spiritually alive, if we have not the Christ mind, we are not alive at all. That is the teaching of Christianity. So this spiritual aliveness, what he's calling here the Christ mind, that Christ principle that's within each of us. If we don't have those elements, we're not even alive. Now, that Christ's mind within us and our spiritual nature is eternal because that's one with God. God doesn't die. And that's that presence. So we need to accept the truth that we have a spiritual life. And that spiritual life is informing, enriching, and supporting our physical life. You know the difference? The difference between me, myself, and what I do and what I identify as Gary, or what you identify as. The choices we make, pull some weeds, pay the taxes, don't pay the taxes. Whatever choices we make, we get those experiences, right? Well, it is our spiritual nature that gives us the information to live life in a passionate way, modeling the very teachings of Jesus. Compassion, forgiveness for myself, forgiving you, peace, love. It is within us. It's our nature. And if I'm not identifying with that nature, but I'm identifying with power outside of myself, I'm headed towards a really juicy lesson. Because I forget. And then I come back and remember, I don't need to go and fool around out there outside of me. I got plenty to do right here at home. I love Eric Butterworth, some great books, a great unity minister. And he says, practical Christianity renders the ideas in a form that can be understood and thus practiced. That's why it's so valuable. It's one of the things I love most about unity. That positive, practical approach to Christianity means there's not a bunch of mystery in the way we practice it. If I need to forgive, I probably need to forgive myself and you. I can be more compassionate by being concerned about what's happening to you and being a helping hand, being a sacred servant, being one that if I'm helping you, I'm really helping myself because we're one. It takes all the guesswork out of this. So it takes very practical ideas and allows us to understand it and then apply it to our lives. By starting the day with prayer and meditation, by expressing gratitude when we're grateful, by extending love. And love can come in so many ways. It can be how we look at and how we feel about the checkout clerk at HEB. It can be just out for your walk and that neighbor that always walks the other directions. You always meet and you wave because we're connected and joined. It happens with our family, with our friends and our neighbors. It's all a part of this journey of awakening and practicing a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity. And it is progressive. Each step we take that's spiritually in alignment, adds to our experience, and it grows and it grows, and our consciousness changes, and we see things differently. I don't see things the same as I did 10 years ago, but I'm grateful for the growth and the opportunity to continue to learn because I am teachable. Let's say that together. I am teachable. Thank you, God. That's a good one. So, our personal exploration this week is 3 questions. The first one is, how can you love God and yourself more today? Our master teacher said, love God with all your heart and soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. How can you do that today to realize more in that connection with loving yourself and God more today? The next one is, are you open to forgiving yourself and others daily? When asked, how many times do we have to forgive? Jesus said,
70 times 7.
That means all the time. No, don't bother even counting. Just, is it time to forgive? Yes, it's time to forgive. Oh, what time is it? It's time to forgive. There's always something. I can forgive myself for forgetting. I can forgive myself for feeling lackluster. I can forgive anything I've done in the past. It's past. It's gone forever. One of the best things I can do is let go of it and not drag it into my next day. And last, when do you turn to the kingdom of heaven within? You might take these questions and explore them and see if it gives you a better sense of what it means to be a practical Christian. So let's take this into our heart as we open ourselves to meditation. As Rudy and Emily help us with some music to help settle us in. If you're comfortable, just close your eyes and breathe. letting everything before this moment just drift away. All that is now. And breathing into our center, allowing our heart space to open, to compassion and love and peace and joy, reconciliation, healing. The kingdom of heaven. In this space, we're one with God and all life. We're whole. And this is our holy presence. And our practical approach is holistic. Opening to divine wisdom. We're ready, we're able, and we're willing. And with that, we enter the silence. From this glorious center, it's easy to feel a deeper love for ourselves, a deeper love for others, a deeper love for God. As we reel in and accept whatever we've received in this meditation, we bring our awareness back into the room. We might wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes, or roll our head. And when we're ready, we open our eyes, and then we'll repeat the affirmation that goes with today's talk 3 times together. Together?
I am richly blessed as I open to the Christ within me. I am richly blessed as I open to the Christ within me. I am richly blessed as I open to the Christ within me.
And with that, we have a better idea of what is unity. Thank you. So the disciples turned to Jesus and said, "Teach us to pray." And what he offered was the Lord's Prayer, which there's a common version that we've all known, but this is a more recent translation, direct from Aramaic into English. Let's read this together. Father, Mother, birther and breath of all, create a space inside us and fill it with your presence. Let oneness now prevail. Your one desire flows through ours as energy fills all forms. Give us this day our physical and spiritual nourishment. Untangle the knots of error that bind us as we release others. Don't let appearances make us forgetful of the source, but free us to act appropriately. For age to age from you comes the glorious harmony of life. May these words be fertile ground from which our future grows. Amen. And with that, we have this special music with Rudy Hart, Emily and Jane Briggs, with God is My Guide by Rudy Hart.
I open myself to the Christ mind within. I open myself to Christ mind, alive in me again. I open the door to learning, turning inside. I open the door and receive so much more with God as my guide. I open my eyes to the Christ light, the light of Christ within. I open my eyes as the Christ light shines in me again. I open my eyes to the power of love flowing deep inside. I open the door and receive so much more with God as my guide. I open myself as the teachings of Christ reach into my soul. I open my eyes and realize this gift is beyond my control. I would follow these lessons wherever they may lead, trusting that each step of the way I'll be shown what I need. So I open my heart to the Christ love, the love of Christ within. I open my heart to Christ's love, born in me again. I open the door to loving, moving inside. I open the door and receive so much more with God as my guide. I open my eyes to the Christ light, the light of Christ within. I open my heart to Christ's love, feeling born again, feeling born again.
How beautiful, and it sure is great to have you back from College Station, Jane. Truly a blessing. Well, this is the time when I ask if there's any first-time guests, if they'd like to tell us their name and where they're from. If you'll stand, I'll bring the mic to you.
I'm Ryan. This is Taryn.
Hi.
From Bulverde.
Oh, beautiful. Well, welcome. Yes.
I have a second-time guest.
The second time guest, that
Yes.
works for me.
This is my friend Becky. She came here once before, and she wanted to come today, not for the food, but for the games. So I'm glad she came back. She actually has a name tag now.
Well, welcome back, Becky. And it's a pleasure to have you here. And Unity has a tradition. We love to bless people. And we have this tradition of rubbing our hands together, connects our hands with our heart, and we say, "Dear friends,
We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Namaste."
beautiful." And we want to welcome our online viewers. So let's turn around, let's give them a wave, a howdy. There are some people on live stream right there right now, and many more that will watch later on. So blessings to you on your journey, and we're grateful for you. This is the time in our service where we can choose what it is we want to give. Now, for our first-time guests, your presence is enough, but you can come forward and get an affirmation. Now, on the first Sunday of the month, we also collect for the Focus Fund. So if you could separate your donations or clearly identify it so that we can direct it. Now, our Focus Fund currently is for our new carpet, which we have the other half balance for, but it's looking beautiful. And we've ordered new chairs. They'll come, the first batch will come about mid-August. So we have already paid for one half of those, but when those arrive, we'll need to pay the other half. So I ask if you could consider giving a little more today or any time during the month to the Focus Fund so that we can clear those checks. And so as I always ask, is if you can set the intention on what it is you choose to give right now. Choose it. It can be in the form of a love offering or tithe. It can be in the form of the Focus Fund giving. It can be your gratitude. It could be prayer for your life. It might be a prayer of forgiveness. Whatever it is, set that intention in your heart as we say this affirmation together.
Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give it, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful. Thank you, God. And with that, we're going to do our walk of abundance. We're going to come forward. We'll place our offerings, our tithes, Focus Fund, our gratitude, our prayers. Let's just fill the shiny copper bowl with all of that love. And then from the wooden bowl, take an affirmation for yourself. Go ahead and take extra ones to give to other people. Let's celebrate with a walk of abundance.
Here we are, feeling fine. We're in rhythm, we're in rhyme. Living life from an abundant space. And step on up into a higher place. Come on, step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up. Step on up into a higher place. Well, as we step up higher and start to soar, we're finding out that life is so much more. So much lift, so much receive. Step on up into a higher place. Come on, step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up. Step on up, step on up into a higher place. But as we step up higher and have more fun, with everything and everyone. So much love to give and receive. So we step on up as we believe. We're gonna step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. With us, so step on up, come on, step on up. We're gonna step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Well, as we step up high, start to soar, we're finding out that life is so much more. Got lots of lifetimes to play together. So goodbye for now and hello forever. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. We're gonna step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place. Step on up, step on up, step on up into a higher place.
So as we lift up our hearts, we definitely are grateful for these blessings, these offerings given in love. And as we see this as the foundation of us being able to do our vision and mission, we have all that we need with God and all. We are blessed. We also want to turn our attention to all the prayer requests in the prayer box and any prayer resting on our heart right now. As we open ourselves to that divine presence, we know that every prayer is answered. Fulfillment, for reconciliation and healing, prosperity and wholeness. We're so grateful, God, for the many blessings that flow. And with that, we say thank you. Amen.
And again, my name is Steve Cleverly, and it is my privilege and pleasure and honor to be your prayer chaplain on duty today. And after the service, I'll be down on one of the front pews here. If I can serve you in any way in a prayer need, please come and see me.
Gourmet with God, it's a fundraiser, and we have two available. Fiesta Mexican dinner with myself and Owen Housen. 4 seats are available at $50 each. And the Hawaiian Luau with Lori and Roger Atkinson, there's 1 seat available for $50. And those sign-ups are just on the table just to the left when you go out the door. If you want to reserve a space, sign the name and bring the payment to me. That would be great. Thank you.
Okay, today is potluck day.
Yes.
And I think you came for the food too. Yeah. Really, Becky? She said just came for the games. I don't know. Okay, potluck, A through I, desserts, J through R, main dishes, and S through Z, sides and salads. But as we all know, bring what you're comfortable with and share it. We'd just love to have you there. And again, we want to extend a welcome to our new visitors, both first and second time. Please join us for potluck.
And there will be game time today. Yes, we are making many changes, as you see. The movement of Namaste Jesus over there, and the opening of our For there's so many things happening, and this will give us an opportunity to not drive at night because it used to be on the first Monday night. We're going to do it following the potluck. Today it'll be approximately, when we get cleared out and cleaned up, we'll come in here and play some games. And I got a whole bunch of games, so enjoy.
Okay, and First Friday Coffee House Concert will be this Friday, June 7th from 6:30 p.m. with Rob Lytle.
Yes.
Lytle and Rudy Harst. And again, please come and join us.
This is a wonderful event. This will be our last First Friday Coffee House concert. So if you haven't been to one before, this would be the one to come to. We have sweet and savory snacks to eat for the first half hour at 6:30, and then at 7 o'clock we come in and listen to wonderful music. It really is a special treat.
Okay, and New Braunfels Pride Days. Sign up today. The event is going to be this coming Saturday, June 8th, from 9:30 to 5:30 p.m. at the Comal County Fairgrounds. We are going to have a booth there, so we do need some volunteers. Our booth will offer friendship bracelets, snacks, and always information about unity. So please sign up.
So on the welcome table, there's a sign up. You can put the hours that you are going to be there. We already have 3 people signed up. It's a wonderful event, and it will be a hot day, but I love that the organizers of this event also take that large air-conditioned space where, the shoebox things are, county fair. It's a very cold space, so you can get in out of the heat quite easily. So it's a blessing, so come join us. Next Sunday, following, so this June 9th, the service, our landscape coordinator, Lauren Frederico, is going to present the plan for landscaping. There's been lots of questions about what's happening. She's been doing lots of planting, and she'll make a wonderful presentation. If you cannot be here next week, we're going to record it, and we'll put it up on YouTube, and that way, if you want to see that, so you're apprised of what's happening, you'll still be able to see that presentation. So, thank you, Lauren.
And updates and redesign, discontinuing our live stream. This is part of the process of our changes that we've been making. Sunday, June 9th will be the final live stream. We do welcome you to join us in person. Please join us in person. It's such an experience now with the new carpet and the changes that are being made, and the music is just wonderful. You can't get the quality of music live stream that you get here. It just isn't possible. We are going to be recording our message and meditation, though, which will be put onto Facebook and YouTube.
I am asking the question, you'll receive an email this week if you find value in seeing the whole service online. Because as it's been for the past 6 years, the entire service is on YouTube. The message is edited and put up. The meditation's edited and put up, and some special music sometimes gets edited and put up. So if you find value in having the whole service to look at, please let me know. Because if that is of value to you, I haven't yet found someone that wants that. But if there is, Owen will record the whole service and he can put it up on YouTube. But there's no sense doing it if no one's going to look at it. It's just not the same to watch the whole service on YouTube than it is to be here.
But nonetheless, the live stream will end next Sunday.
That's correct. And now this special music, Only Believe by Rudy Harsh, with Rudy Harsh, Emily, and Jane Briggs.
Only believe, all things are possible, only believe, only believe, only believe, all things are possible, only believe. Open your eyes, open open your mind. There is so much more to find. Open your ears, open your heart, and make a brand new start. Only believe,
Only believe,
only believe.
only believe.
All things are possible, only believe. Won't you sing it with us? Only believe,
Only believe,
only believe.
only believe.
All things are possible, only believe. Hand in hand, side by side, help each other open wide. By this we give and we receive. All things are possible as we believe. Only believe,
Only believe,
only believe.
only believe.
All things are possible, only believe. Only believe,
Only believe,
only believe.
only believe.
All things are possible, only believe. Nothing in the world is impossible. Everything can be. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Let's hear more saxophone. Ba da ba da ba da da da. Ba da 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 ba 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 ba. Watch again. Ba da 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 ba da da da. Ba da da ba da da da. Ba da 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 da. Hand in hand, side by side, we help each other open wide. By this we give and we receive. All things are possible in unity, that's what we believe. Only believe,
Only believe,
only believe.
only believe.
All things are possible, only believe. All things are possible, only believe. All things are possible, only believe.
Well, we thank our live stream. Many blessings on your journey, and namaste.